Greetings fans of steam and welcome back to another video. Today we're in Bryson City, North Carolina for a look at the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad and the Nantahala Gorge excursion train headed up by steam engine 1702. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video. Today we're visiting the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and Bryson City, a town located on the park's southern edge. By the way, the Smoky Mountains are called that because of the fog that settles around the peaks, looking like smoke. But today the mountains will get some real smoke, brought to us by steam engine 1702. The trains of the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad are normally pulled by diesel engines, but on summer weekends they bring out the steam engine. This train will travel on a round trip to the Nantahala Gorge southwest of Bryson City, hence its name, the Nantahala Gorge Excursion. There are 16 passenger cars on the train, each with different amenities, like this diner car, Silver Star. After lots of preparation, the train was ready to go. It would soon travel 44 miles to Nantahala Gorge and the same distance back. Engine 1702 was built in 1942 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works for the U.S. Army Transportation Corps. She was purchased by the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad in 1991. Our task for the day is, like many before, follow the steam engine. When the train departed Bryson, our chase began. We drove to the edge of town, and our first stop was a truss bridge over the Tuckasegee River. We heard the train long before we saw it. Because of the short distance between locations, it took 2 days, one round trip per day, to capture every shot in this video. Now let's head to the next one. back of the train we find 2 diesels. These will pull the train on the return trip to Bryson. train kept chugging up the incline, and we met it at Jacobs Road. My friend Jack filmed with me on this trip. Check out his channel in the description. Next, we headed to the railroad's Railcar shop, also on Robinson Gap Road. The next road was Dehart Mill. This railroad track was owned by the Southern Railway, then Norfolk Southern, until the 1980s. It's called the Murphy Branch. Norfolk Southern was about to dismantle it in 1988, but luckily the North Carolina Department of Transportation secured a lease agreement and GSMR began operations that year. Next, we stopped at a boat park off of Route 28, overlooking Fontana Lake. In the distance is the famous Fontana Lake Trestle Bridge, which the train would soon cross. The train made its way around the lake and continued heading southwest. Around the next bend is Almond, which was once a stop on the Murphy branch. One of the few indications it was here is the sign by the track. Nowadays, most of the land occupied by the town is covered by Fontana Lake. Further down the line is the Nantahala Outdoor Center, where the train will briefly stop on the return trip. We kept driving south and stopped by the side of the Nantahala River to shoot the train. Here we see some kayakers. Indeed, this area is very popular with rafting and kayaking. At the end of the line at Nantahala Township, the train stops briefly before heading back to Bryson. We drove up to the outdoor center again to watch the train arrive at its layover. At the Layover, passengers can visit the outdoor center for 1 hour before heading back to Bryson City. We stopped to film the train at Field Road, which is just north of Jacobs Road. Soon we were back in Bryson City, and just in time for the train to return. Before long, the Nantahala Gorge excursion was back in the station. Then 1702 went across the street to fill up on water. This was making me want to have a drink too, because the first day of chasing was quite hot. With that, our chase of Great Smoky Mountains 1702 was done. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed this look at Great Smoky Mountains number 1702. If you did, leave a like down below to show your support, and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Once again, thank you to everyone who has subscribed, as we just surpassed 2,000 subscribers. With that being said, thank you all for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one, and have a great day.